Hello and welcome to Editing with My Wife, now with more diction. I'm the Hooded Philosopher, and I'm here with Cheesy Loops. Cheesy Loops, give us a taste of that diction as we read Chapter 14, A Path from Here to There. What was that, gibberish?
That was my diction.
Yeah. I don't think I could say anything family friendly from that after that. So just go ahead and read Chapter 14, A Path from Here to There.
The power of a dragon was not something that had anything to do with the ways of man or fae. It was a power more fundamental and weird. It was a power more fundamental and weird than that which has ever been understood. To call a dragon a mere monster is faulty. Dragons have powers far beyond the concerns of us fragile beings. Getting one to even notice you is a miracle. Glimmer did it, and all he has to show for it is the little girl that stole his heart, and is now choosing not to help.
Little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Is that good? I'm concerned about that wording, little girl.
Uh-huh.
He's annoyed at her. That's supposed to be in there.
Okay.
Right?
We'll talk about it. You want me to keep reading?
Yes.
Getting to and from places in the Fey world was simple.
Whoa. I'll put it back. Go ahead. Go.
Like walking, it was a matter of just getting there. When they arrived at the edge of the Mer Lake, they were greeted by voices in the water. Hail, Lord Glimmer, what brings you to the second age of the merfolk? I'm here for an audience with Ursiron. The time has come for the trial of Thrice, he shouted back at the heads floating just above the surface. They dipped below, no doubt relaying the information to their superiors. Wait! A shout came from behind them. It was Eleanor wearing a rather beautiful dress. I don't really know what's going on here, but I'll be damned if anything is going to stop me from seeing mermaids. In his stately garb, Garland stepped into the water, transforming into a merman, splashing into the water. 3 followed suit, jumping into the water unchanged, armor weighing him down. Glimmer walked in with Eleanor. They changed as their heads sunk under. The dress clung to her lower half as she swam, her fins propelling her around giddily. People came and brought them to Ursiron, the king of the water. The small palace underwater was surrounded by complex, interweaving currents that pushed away unwanted guests. The currents bent out of the way as they approached. It was simply a throne room without the walls. Ursiron sat in the chair waiting for them. The challenge of Thrice is no easy one, he said as they approached. But it means that something important is happening, said 3, walking forward. All right, then the first task is a simple question of what is, and the second is a simple hunt to find it. The third and final feat, you must kill it or win its favor. So what's the question? Eleanor asked out of turn, earning her a glare from all those in the room. Who holds power and life in the water? He answered. Now go, I have matters of state to attend to. They all left without saying anything else. Why would he want us to kill a Leviathan? 3 asked, confused. Because he wants us to turn it, the Fae of the water. Because he wants us to turn it. The Fae of the water
Are in a civil. Sorry.
Are in a civil war.
Did it change it to is? Is that the proper one?
Are currently?
Okay, maybe that's better.
The merfolk against the Kelpie horde. The Leviathan is on the side of the Kelpie. However, Garland paused as a sudden realization occurred. We are the cause of the shift of power that ends the second age. Glimmer was following. Then the three great beasts
When?
rose up against the tyrant king, instilling them as guardians to serve the one who takes power. Ormond Havelock, Glimmer and Garland said in unison. So what now? Eleanor asked. Garland responded, What's next is we talk to the Harpies. No doubt they will want us to find the ancient rock, Three interrupted excitedly. Garland continued, then off to the Undercity. When they left the water, their clothes were full of water. They pressed on. A warm wind began to blow, refreshing them. They had a mountain to climb.
Oh, that is already there.
Right.
So this was, I replaced the water there, right?
Yeah.
That's good. The next one up here, you had something there. I just deleted it. So just go ahead and see if that fits better.
In his stately garb, Garland stepped into the water, transforming him into a merman. Three followed, Sue jumping into the water unchanged, armor weighing him down. Yeah, because you had water there twice as well.
Yes. That's why I just deleted that instance and it sounded fine to me.
Yeah.
And then up here, I changed it to young woman.
You can show the annoyance by just changing young back to little, but keeping woman. Because little girl...
And it's kind of cute.
Yeah.
She is. I'm trying to portray it that way.
Yes.
Perfect.
Is the little woman.
And there's a book, Little Woman, that kind of makes it not sound so childish.
Right. So, yeah, that's the idea. That little girl sounds childish. Young woman doesn't sound irritated enough, but little woman sounds irritated, but recognizing her maturity.
Okay. I think we can... we can ask the question. We've lost you in this book. That's fine. We'll talk about that more often with next book, and we'll find the chapter. I'll ask at the end of each chapter. So we have another. No, we have a start where it kind of explains something here. An exposition of Dragon's power, because maybe I'm not making that clear, and that kind of frustration that Glimmer is showing is like, this shouldn't be hard for the dragon. This should be like the dragon should be going in here like a SWAT team and grabbing the three wills and doing this for him. He doesn't know why the dragon isn't doing it. It's very confusing for him. I'm hoping that comes through.
Right.
And he isn't quite 100% sure, but you'll notice he has a memory of it somehow later in this chapter.
Okay.
And that's because he has the memory of all of the events of the journey, and they just kind of cycle over and over. And he didn't remember where he was in that aspect. So he does know the information. It's just jumbled in his head because of the existence he was in.
Yeah.
And what was the challenge of thrice?
To figure out what he was looking for, to find what he was looking for, and to kill or turn what he was looking for.
And why would he want that?
To help with the Civil War.
Between
them and the Kelpies.
And what's a Kelpie?
Kelpie is that horse.
So it's like a war between the non-humanoid and the humanoid mer creatures, underwater creatures.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't really come up very much. It's not a big factor because they put it on hold with the Leviathan's discovery. But we'll get to that when we get there. I thank you everyone for watching.
Have a good day.
I hope you enjoy the new, shorter format.